This is my capstone presentation for Intro to Communications. My name is Ashanti Daly. For the introduction, I wrote, this learning experience helped me improve not only how I communicate, but also when, where, and with whom. I now understand that the effectiveness of communication can vary greatly depending on the setting, the audience's background, and the timing of the message. These insights will be explored through 5 key chapters that I chose from Communication in the Real World, an introduction to communication studies. Types of communication. In Chapter 1, communication was defined as the process of generating meaning by sending and receiving verbal and nonverbal symbols and signs that are influenced by multiple contexts. This brings me to introduce the 5 main forms of communication, which are interpersonal, group, public, and mass communication. I learned that communication is the process of creating shared meaning through verbal and nonverbal messages. There are different models of communication, such as the linear, interactive, and transactional models. The transactional model stood out to me because it shows that communication is a two-way process where both people send and receive messages at the same time. Chapter 2 focused on communication and perception. Perception is the process of selecting, organizing, and interpreting information which influences how we communicate with others. Since we are consistently exposed to large amounts of stimuli, we focus only on what is salient, things that are visually or orally stimulating, meet our needs or interests, or align with our expectations. We organize selected information based on patterns like what is close to us, what is similar, and what is different. Then we interpret it by using schemata formed by past experiences. Chapter 3, which was verbal communication. This chapter explains how language works and why it can lead to both clear communication and misunderstandings. The triangle of meaning shows that there's an indirect link between words, which are symbols, and what they represent, which are referents, which can cause confusion. Words have both dictionary meanings, denotations, and emotional or personal meanings, which are connotation. Chapter 4 was nonverbal communication. This chapter explains that nonverbal communication is how we create meaning without words, through things like gestures, facial expressions, voice tone, eye contact, and body language. It works alongside verbal communication, but is often more emotional, automatic, and sometimes more believable. It can support, replace, or even contradict what we say, and it plays a big role in shaping relationships, showing our identity, and managing interactions. Chapter 5 focused on listening. Listening is the learned process of receiving, interpreting, recalling, evaluating, and responding to verbal and nonverbal messages. Listening is a skill that can be improved with effort and is essential in academic, professional, personal, and cultural context. It involves receiving, interpreting, remembering, evaluating, and responding to messages using both verbal and nonverbal cues. Different types of listening, such as discriminative, informational, critical, and empathic, help us focus on sounds, understand information, analyze messages, and connect emotionally. Barriers like noise, distractions, a lack of focus, and bad habits like interrupting or fake listening can get in the way. Conclusion. In conclusion, communication study provides a deep understanding of how we express and interpret messages through various forms, from verbal and nonverbal to listening. Throughout the chapters, I have learned how communication is a dynamic process influenced by numerous factors, such as context, culture, and personal experiences. Chapter 1 introduced the fundamental concepts of communication, illustrating the importance of context of different communication models. Chapter 2 emphasized the significant perception in shaping how we engage with others, highlighting the complexities of interpreting information based on individual and societal influences. Chapter 3 focused on the role of language, while gaining insight into how words can have both clear and ambiguous meanings, impacting our interactions. Chapter 4 taught me the critical role nonverbal communication plays in expressing emotions, managing relationships, and reinforcing verbal messages. Finally, Chapter 5 emphasized the importance of listening, a skill that, when improved, enhances our understanding, empathy, and connection with others.